I think what I love most about the state of South Carolina is having been an avid outdoorsman here my whole life. I've still only scratched the surface of what this state has to offer. South Carolina, the terrain here, this is the coastal plain that we're in, so it's fairly flat and featureless and sandy soils. This particular area has 5 rivers that drain into it. It is the 3rd largest freshwater estuary on the East Coast. And our environment is such, with our heat, and our mosquitoes, and our sand gnats and briars, that Mother Nature tends to take care of herself down here. You know, she just doesn't allow but a certain amount of intrusion without some good amount of effort. Our coastal marshes and the opportunities they provide, not only for fishing, but for hunting as well. There's waterfowl, we get sea ducks here, and marsh hen hunting, which are the rails.
There's one out here front too, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Come on.
Close in here, buddy.
Yeah. They're not a particularly sporty bird on the wing unless you have some coastal winds, and then that can make it really fun. But as far as a great dog work, because they flush with some racket, and they're in shallow water environment, you get a good splashdown and some noise. Dogs can mark them easily and usually have a pretty shallow water entry and retrieve. So clapper rails are a big part of our fall hunting schedule down here. And the good thing about that is while you're hunting the rails, you can also sight fish for redfish. You can put the shotgun down and grab a fly rod. You know, you can cast and blast. Yeah, got him up here. All right, I got a fish coming.
Okay. Yes!
Ah! Broke it.
You broke it? Was it me?
Hell yeah, it wasn't me. Never me. Always you. Hey, day. Woodcock opener.
How many woodcock openers have you missed?
I've been fishing woodcock for close to, let me think, fishing woodcock. I've been fishing for woodcock since I was about 18, 19 years old. So not since then. I'm 52, giving away my age. Let's just say 35 years. For me, where the affinity for bird hunting began was at a very young age. During the summers, I would often be at my grandparents', and I was allowed to take the BB gun out after chores were done and we were finished in the garden. And one day I was walking through the garden on my way to hunt squirrels, birds, anything I could find at that age. And I stepped right in the middle of a covey of quail. And I wasn't expecting it, and it surprised me, it shocked me, and I was so excited that I snuck back to the house and grabbed a 12-gauge single shot that was there for home protection and snakes and keeping squirrels out of the pecan trees at my grandmother's house. And I went back looking for those quail. And of course, I didn't find any that day, but I decided that the reason I didn't is I needed a dog to help find those birds. And from that moment on, it's been a goal and an ambition to own dogs and chase birds, and that's what's turned into today. My love affair, it began with the woodcock when we first started finding them. And as the quail declined, the survivors that were there were extremely wily, and getting them to hold for dogs, and young dogs particularly, was extremely difficult. Well, the woodcock is such a gentleman in that regard. He's so easy for young dogs to work. He holds nicely, dogs can approach it.
That's rude, buddy. Here, easy. Easy now, easy. Leave it, leave it, leave it.
Of course, like every hunter, when you first start, you want to kill your first one. You want to kill a bunch of them. You know, you need your limit every time you go to prove yourself and your worthiness. And I started realizing that if I just back off of this a little bit, I don't need that many birds to eat. So we started backing off how many we would harvest over the course of the year. And you can find them over and over again with the dog. And you get all the thrill and all the rush, all the excitement, and you let them fly. I really do love the bird. They deserve such respect for what they do to fly the distance they fly and the amount of time that they fly them, to find these covers, to eat what they eat, to be so specific to certain types of requirements and be able to find that across the whole eastern seaboard is pretty spectacular. And that warrants some respect. You know, you got to earn them. I think you should put in some equal effort to harvest one. So with woodcock, the minute you step into a woodcock cover, you know, if the anticipation is the best part of the hunt, well then woodcock hunting provides that tenfold. You know, every 10 steps there could be another. And it's challenging to walk through, so it occupies other parts of your brain while you're doing it. You can walk across an empty field and you can think about whatever on the planet you want to. You walk through the woodcock woods, you're watching for the next cypress knee, the next mud hole, the next armadillo hole, you know, while paying attention to your dog. So for me, it's really easy to get super lost and super found all at the same time while chasing the woodcock. Me particularly, anything I could do to help accelerate the graduation of the young hunter that thinks he needs the tailgate photo of the stack of birds, to start to look at the bigger picture, look at what the whole day is, look at nature, look at what it took to get there, look at the creation, and you know, and slow down. You don't need a limit. It's much better to watch your buddy take a bird than it is to take a bird yourself. If I'll back up and watch it unfold, you get all the thrill and all of the pump, and you do it without the tunnel vision of being the gunner or being the guy on the rod. So you get to absorb the wonderment of it all and the enjoyment of the individual. And if we could put a focus on that instead of limits and tailgates full of birds, you know, anything we can do to push that forward. And when you're sharing your stuff on the internet, and you're tone it down a bit and share the experience and mention a moment that occurred. It's not about a pile. Gosh, you know, all the time spent in the outdoors, the highlight of it all is sharing it with your friends, your family, and you know, these spots that we hunt, they're somewhat sacred. I mean, it takes a long time to figure them out, to hunt them, and to have people that you trust enough to share them with, and people that you know will respect them, and guys that will support you in every endeavor. It means a lot to have a community around you of like-minded people. You know, that's how we make change. Friends are angels. They're angels on earth. You know, they take care of you. They look out for you. They've got your back. They improve your life. They make you better. And that means a lot to me. Might need a minute, about to cry. Damn it.